first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine the number of cold leads you need to reach your sales goal. Marketing is all about developing leads and prospects. Now, a cold lead is a contact that has qualifying characteristics but has not expressed an interest in your product or service. An example would be a contact on an X-date list. Maybe they reside in a targeted zip code, or they have an upcoming birthday or some other trigger. Again, a cold lead is a contact that has a qualifying characteristic but has not in any way expressed an interest in your product or service. So the first thing you do is you determine the number of policies you need to reach your sales goal. And I know a lot of you saying, well, Billy, I don't focus on policies. I focus on commission, or I focus on premium. Well, it's real simple. Just take whatever that commission was per policies that you wrote, or take whatever the premium was for policies that you wrote, divide it, and you're going to come up with the number of policies. Our formula works with policies. So once you determine the number of policies you need to reach your annual sales goal, then we can go to step 2, which is divide your annual sales goal by 0.03. Why 0.03? Because 3% is the average close rate for a cold lead across all industries, across the whole marketing universe. Okay, so we're just using this as a gauge. Maybe it's not exact. Don't get caught up in all the, well, mine is 0.0296. Who cares? Make it 0.03 because we're just going to come up with a number that we can work with. So you divide your annual product sales goal by 0.03. Then you take that result and you divide it by 12. That's the number of months in a year. What that's going to give you is how many cold leads you need per month. Now, obviously, you need a hell of a lot more cold leads than you do warm leads, but we at least want to know what each of those numbers will turn out to be. So in my example, I'm going to give you 250 annual homeowners policy as a sales goal. So you're going to write 250 annual homeowner policies. We're going to divide that by 0.03. That gives us an annual leads of 8,333. Divide that by 12, that's 694 leads a month. Now, for some of you, you're freaking out because you maybe only get 12, 15, 20 leads. Here's the deal. This is a cold lead. So that means you can buy a prospect list that has 700 names on it. You can do a mailing to 700 households. You can make 700 cold telemarketing calls. The key is you've got to do something 694, but 700 times in order to even generate the amount of leads necessary to get the close rate to reach your sales goal. And a lot of agencies just don't market enough. They don't prospect enough. Okay? So this is why we use this formula, this cold leads formula. Next, we're going to determine the number of warm leads that you need to reach your sales goal. Now, warm lead is a contact that took an action that showed an interest in your product or service. Maybe they requested a quote, they watched a video, they sent a text message, they completed an info card or an online form. Maybe they attended a webinar or conference call. They did something that says, I have an interest in your product or service. And as we all know, warm leads are what we want. Those inbound leads, that's what we want. So what do? First, again, we determine the number of policies we need to reach our sales goal. Then we divide that annual sales goal by 0.30. Why? Because a warm lead closes at about 30%. I know my captive guys are saying, no, we only close at 8% or 10% or whatever. Okay, but your warm leads still close at a much higher rate than a cold lead. So therefore, we're going to use this formula to give us a gauge of what to work with. So 0.30 is the average close rate for a warm lead. So once you get that number, you divide that by 12, and that's going to give you the number of leads that you need each month, each warm leads that you need each month. So we're going to take that same 250 homeowners policies as our goal. We're going to divide that by 0.30. That's going to give us 833 leads per year. And then we divide that by 12. That gives us 69 leads per month. So cold, 694 leads per month. Warm, 69 leads per month. Which one is better? It really depends on what you will do when it comes to marketing. If you're the kind of agency that you say, I'd rather buy a list, I'd rather let telemarketers do it, I'd rather go out and do the bulk, the volume things, then guess what? The cold leads are going to work better for you than the warm leads. But if you're the kind that you like referral partners, you like to do conference calls and webinars, or you like to do inbound, you like to do things that generate inbound, maybe you buy Facebook ads or something like that, then you're going to do better with the warm leads. I personally would always rather have more warm leads than cold leads because I don't want to do the work of cold leads, but it's all based on your personality. But we need to know how many leads we even need to generate before we can discuss marketing, because without generating leads or prospects, we don't have a business. So that's why we discuss cold leads and warm leads first.